What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to yet another Hunt's First Look video. As always, my name is Josh, and today I am extremely excited to be taking a look at the brand new OM-1 from OM Systems. Now, the OM-1 is the very first camera under this new OM Systems branding, which is fitting as this is definitely a flagship camera with 3 times the processing speed of the previous generation. Now, there's a lot to go over with this camera, so let me just get right into it. Now, one of the most substantial improvements from previous generations OM Systems cameras is the addition of a cross-quad pixel sensor. Now, you may have heard of dual pixel autofocus, but now we have phase detection in 4 different directions instead of 2, leading to increased improvements in autofocus across the board for both speed and accuracy. Now, another massive step forward is the low light capabilities of this camera. Not only do we have improved noise reduction, we also have increased ISO expanded to 102,400. On a micro four thirds sensor, noise and dynamic range may be in question, but honestly, not with this camera. When it comes to image stabilization, the OM-1 implements 7 stops of IS and 8 stops with certain lenses, making this one of the most versatile cameras out there. Because of the smaller sensor size, the camera is able to compensate just that much more, as there's so much more room for the sensor to move within the body. This camera isn't just for photographers though. Videographers will also be over the moon, as this camera can shoot 4K uncropped at 60p and can shoot high-speed slow-mo at 240 frames per second in full HD. A couple other important additions include USB continuous power, so you never really have to worry about battery life. You have no recording time limit, which is huge, and you also have 12-bit ProRes 444 output to an Atomos Ninja. Now let me move right on into the brand new high-res shooting mode button, which can be customized to any other button. You don't have to keep it to the button that it comes standard right out of the package. Now essentially, this button allows for an increase of either 50 megapixels handheld shooting or 80 megapixels on a tripod by capturing and stacking 16 shots. This not only improves the overall resolution, it also improves the noise performance by 2 stops as well. A few smaller yet notable additions and improvements include internal ND up to ND64 as opposed to ND32 in previous generations. You also have 120 frames per second single focus blackout free shooting. And you also have 50 frames per second continuous focus blackout free shooting as well. Now, this is going to be huge for action sports and nature photographers alike. I do also want to mention that this camera happens to be the world's only IP53 compatible system that is also freeze-proof, meaning you can kind of take this camera wherever you want to. We also have 2 UHS-2 card slots, and OM log is included for all of those cinema shooters out there. Now, the very last aspect of this camera that I would like to go over briefly is the menu updates. Now, the menu overall has been updated, which improves legibility and makes it a little bit easier to navigate. But one of the cooler additions is the explanations as to why certain menu items might be grayed out. Now, this means if you have certain settings that are grayed out or you can't actually select them, the camera will tell you why that's happening, so you don't have to go fumbling through, searching the entire menu, and eventually resetting your entire camera. I've been there, I'm sure you've been there as well. This is going to be huge. The overall versatility of this camera is truly astounding, as it can be used by adventure photographers, content creators, vloggers, videographers, and even full-frame shooters to be used as a second camera with all the improved functionality. Thank you so much for checking out this Hunt's First Look video. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to give us a like, a comment, a subscribe. It really helps the channel out. As always, my name is Josh, and if you have any other questions about this camera specifically or anything else camera related, please do not hesitate to give us a call, send us an email, DM us on one of our socials, or stop by any of our 8 stores located around New England.